to ET Studios at MoEngage's Growth Summit in association with ET BrandEquity. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Shilpa Popat from Geo. Thank you so much for joining us, Shilpa.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.
And I hear you're doing some very interesting work at Geo. Do talk us through it.
Right, so I handle a bunch of products. Maybe I'll talk about the first one, which is a browser called GeoSphere. It's our very own homegrown India-specific browser. And yeah, like everyone else, we're trying to see how we can serve customers the best. And if we talk about emerging themes, right, I would say personalization and AI, which pretty much is the buzzword. I would endorse those as, the emerging themes. And for example, the way we use it, a browser has a lot of scope to provide content, but it's no more about just providing or surfacing content. It's about right content being served for that individual user in concern. So that's where I think we're using a lot of AI to see how we can personalize the homepage feeds for our user basis, the topics that they consume, basis the interests they explicitly or implicitly express. So that's one thing. And then when we talk about engagement, right, I think notifications are not really cutting it anymore because it's more like a one-way street. Okay, if it's a big announcement, I'll take notice. But then there are so many brands trying to bombard me with notifications.
So how do you break through that clutter?
So there's another very interesting product that I'm working on, which is about conversational messaging. So right out of your SMS inbox, you have the RCS service, RCS services, which enable advanced messaging and chat kind of features. And they also allow brands to communicate in richer, interactive ways. So I think that sort of completes the loop. So for example, instead of sending a simple message saying that, hey, explore my feature or buy this product, I would, if I engage in a conversation today, if I want to buy a beauty product, I'm not just interested in knowing that it's another lipstick, right? I want to know how is it beneficial, how is it better than the others? And we have a lot of digital savvy customers, whether it's Gen Z or the millennials who want to know more about it. So conversations lend itself. And best part is this is powered by AI. So now imagine having an AI concierge that knows exactly what you want, can fetch those products, that information to serve you, can let you know about offers that you are seeking instead of simply sending somewhat cohort-based personalized offers.
What about the latency involved there?
Oh, there's no latency. This is real time. So it's messaging where you can instantly get a notification of a transaction. So there is zero latency.
And what are the kind of results you've seen with engagement and with retention when it comes to conversational messaging?
So it's a new channel. It's been around for a couple of years, but I think it's gaining critical mass now. But if I talk about, conversion ratios, so from, say, a click to install ratios are fairly high because it gives you an opportunity to talk about a variety of your features in a rich and engaging manner. And then when it comes to retention, I think that's yet to be seen because I think the power has also not been harnessed. But I do believe that you're combining AI, you're combining personalization, and you almost have a private personal assistant at your service for a variety of brands. So this is how I look at it. And I really do believe the power of conversation messaging is just about to be unleashed.
And since you've been deploying it for over 2 years, have you seen a marked improvement in the way the bot is able to interact with the customer over these 2 years?
Absolutely. I think there are other apps also that are doing these kind of conversational messaging, and that's helping the customers understand how to use this channel. So we do see, the familiarity building.
All right. Do you feel there's a lot of ML that's being adopted by other companies as well? Or as a trend, do you see AI permeating very soon in the industry?
Yes, I think so. I mean, it's still, everyone is still, I think, at the basic level, at the basic level, but the advanced models are emerging, and with LLM, of course, that's the disruption. But I think we still all have to see how do we use that genuinely for the benefit of the business and the customer. But we are at the cusp of that revolution is what I feel.
All right. And when it comes to customer engagement techniques, apart from AI and ML, are there any other trends you've noticed, such as the best time to engage them or the frequency with which to engage them?
Yeah, that totally depends on the category of the product. So for instance, a food delivery app, I mean, they've been doing these for a while. And when it comes to the browser, for example, we've seen like late evenings as the best time for engagement because that's when they're at leisure, want to consume some news or some trivia or some, you know, entertainment related content. So yes, we do manage, monitor and manage the time zone wise or location specific, because there are the Hindi speaking markets that prefer regional content and so does South. But so those kind of personalization things have been around and they will continue to be. It's just that how we make them more powerful and more specific to every individual user.
Absolutely. It's an evolving conversation and evolving marketing techniques for sure. But thank you so much for sharing your insights and your experiences with AI and ML. It's been very interesting and looking forward to seeing more of the work that you're doing.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.